The next one that you have, two young, lifelong friends deal with life and consequences as they deal with a traumatic event in one of their lives. Starring Joshua Stuckless, Remy Ravel, Julie and Tom Nixon, directed by Laura Bartell. This is While You Were Out by Julie Nixon.
Hey, it's you. How long was I out?
I've been here since noon, so at least 2 hours. Your parents just went to talk with the doctor, so they should be back in a bit. So what the hell? Emma, I got the call from your mom, and I completely freaked out. I mean, I know you haven't been exactly happy lately, but I didn't know you were this unhappy.
I don't know, I mean, yesterday was a really bad day after a string of really bad days.
Okay, yeah, bad days, whatever. But to do this? You gotta tell me what the hell happened.
Well, for starters, my new piece completely flopped at Marshall's downtown exhibits.
Okay, well that shocks me. Your stuff always goes over so well. Not every face you make has to be a masterpiece.
Sure, but then, you know the girl I've had my eyes on since the opening? Yeah, she walked in with this super young model-looking thing, and right, and it was like I wasn't even in the room. Talk about feeling invisible.
Yeah, that really sucks.
And so then I left the bar feeling miserable and worthless and ugly, and went back to my filthy apartment and looked around at my pathetic life.
Life is not pathetic.
And my meds didn't seem to do the trick. Haven't seemed to do the trick in a long time, and I just felt so hopeless, you know? And I know I should have called you or reached out to someone, but I just can't explain it. It just felt like the only way out.
Oh my god, seriously?
Crazy, I know now, lying here, but at the time, it just seemed like the only option. And I knew I had made a mistake, and I called the EMS. I felt so incredibly stupid, on top of feeling so pathetic.
Holy Christ, Emma. You should have called me. Haven't I always been there for you? Haven't I talked you off the ledge before? I mean, yeah, we all have bad days now and then, but you know, at the age of 26? To be honest, it really hurts that you didn't call me. Did you seriously think I wouldn't try to help in any way that I possibly could? How much shit have we been through together?
It's not that, James. I don't know what I was thinking, except that I just didn't think the world needed me on it any longer. And I snapped out of it. I did, right? I'm still here. Anyway, it just seems like you have your own stuff going on lately, and you don't need me piling on.
I think we all have our own stuff going on. Shit, we're in our mid-20s. We're still trying to find the right job and the right person. It's hard stuff. Anyway, have you talked to the doctor about what happens next?
Well, for starters, I'm going to have a permanent person outside my door the entire time I'm here at the hospital. Probably to make sure I don't make any more rash decisions. And then they said I'm going to go into inpatient rehab for 4 weeks. Yeah, and then plenty of time spent with therapists and probably a new dosage for my happy pills. And I'll probably go stay with my folks for a while, which is fine. I don't think I want to go back to the scene of the crime anytime soon.
Yeah, I get that. Do you want me to go over to your apartment? I'd be tactless, but I could really clean the place up. You know, I could really put things back on the shelves and, yeah, never mind. Holy crap. Your parents, how are they dealing with this? They both look awful.
They're basket cases, as you can imagine. I mean, getting the call from the hospital must have been the worst thing ever for them. Ever since getting here, they've been super supportive, but they've got to feel so let down, you know? I feel awful for putting you all through this.
Mine are on the way here, by the way.
Your what are on the way here?
My parents. When I called them, they didn't even take a beat. They just got in the car and left. I mean, we've been best friends since kindergarten, so you're like their own kid. He dropped everything to come here and see you.
James, I feel worse now.
I just think you need to be grateful that you had the sense to call the EMS when you did. Oh, Lord.
It's weird. It was all like an out-of-body experience, and then I looked at what I had done, and I was back to reality, and despite the fact that all was hopeless a minute before that, I found the will to want to stay here, despite how crappy things are right now.
I just don't get it. You are the luckiest. You don't even see what a great life you have. You get to be who you are, and do what you want. Parents will always support you. You get to say whatever you want to say.
What's that supposed to mean?
Let's see, well, you came out when you were in middle school. That's crazy. And you didn't even care what anyone else thought or what anyone else said.
Well, James, I think I was born out.
Not everyone's like you. I'm not like you.
Thank God. Can you imagine two of me? I think one is plenty for the world to handle.
Right. Look, I know we've been best friends forever, but I've never been truly honest with you.
Go on.
I've been meaning to tell you something for a long time.
Okay.
Never thought I'd tell you while you're sitting on the hospital bed after you try to whack yourself. The truth is, while you were out, I guess I was in.
Go on.
While you were dating girls and finding love, I was alone.
How so?
I was afraid to try to date the kind of people that I really wanted to date.
Which means?
Believe it or not, I was closeted and pretending to want to date girls.
No shit.
Yeah,
No, I mean, no shit. Of course you're gay. Oh, please. That's obvious, but you did a shitty job.
Of what?
You did a shitty job of hiding who you are, of being closeted. Everyone knows you're gay, James. We were just waiting for you to find the courage to admit.
Stop. What do you mean? Who's everyone?
Okay, let's see. There's Pete, Sue, Sherry, Mike, Tobias, what's her name? Whatever. It doesn't matter. But the whole gang, we've all known.
For how long?
Probably since freshman year, or even earlier. You're a really crappy actor, James. Girls used to make eyes at you in the hallways, and you would never even notice.
Yeah, but what about the...
Okay, you may have even dated a few girls, but it was clear you weren't into them, not even remotely. And remember how many times you wanted to go see Magic Mike? And you tried to convince us it was because of its cinematic brilliance. And, oh my God, and you would blush every time that hot physics teacher, Mr. Columbo, would call your name, right? And you had zero interest in going to Players for Marty's bachelor party and made every excuse in the book not to go. And your favorite band is Erasure, for God's sakes. Remember how many times you wanted to play the Erasure record at Jack's party? You proclaimed your homo anthem for all to hear. Give me one truly hetero moment you've had over the years, and I'll tell you why you weren't fooling anyone.
I just can't believe you all knew for so long. Do you think my parents know?
I don't know, why don't you go ask them?
Are you serious? I'll tell you why. While you were out there challenging your beliefs and taking a stand against bigots and haters, I was going to Bible study at a church that believed that gay people are sinners. While you were unashamed and unafraid, I was terrified that my parents would find out and then kick me out. I could never tell my parents. Do you seriously think that the most wholesome Christian couple in all of Western Michigan would accept that their child is anything but a perfectly heterosexual, non-sinning son?
Well, James, they've never had a problem with my sexuality, as far as I can tell.
That's because you're you. You're not their son.
Well, James, you just said I was like their own child.
You don't get it. Girl, I would rather slit my own wrist than have my parents find out I'm gay. It would just devastate them, and they would disown me. They would have me move away from the rest of my parents. What was... Mom, Dad, how long have you been standing there?